Thank you for joining our webinar. Let me start with a small introduction. My name is Tatiana Satya, and I'm an e-learning specialist at ABBYY, and you're today's host. Nice to meet you. Also today we have Yegor Budnikov, a product manager, our technical expert, who kindly agreed to help us answer some of your questions. And last but not least, Alena Kovaleva, who helps with the webinar organization. Alena, could you please confirm that you can hear me well and that you can see my screen?
Hi, Tanya. Yes, everything is okay for me. And please, attendees, if you have some problems and you don't see or don't hear us, please write these to the chat.
So let's start then. Today, we're going to talk about Vantage skills and skill types. We will give you an overview of what skills are, what categories and what types of skills exist in Vantage. I'll speak about skill types by maturity, by function, by placement or creator. And after that, I'll make a short demo in the product, and then we will have a Q&A session. So please leave your questions in the Q&A section during the webinar, and they will be addressed after the presentation. As you may already know, a skill is like a central concept in Vantage. But what are skills? In everyday life, we call the ability to carry out a task with a determined result a skill. In Vantage world, a skill is a service that provides to a digital worker, a software robot or process, the ability to carry out a cognitive task related to processing content with determined results, which are valuable to the user. Some examples are extracting data from invoices or classifying insurance claims. There are Vantage skills for processing structured, semi-structured, or unstructured documents. Now let's talk about skill typology. By skill typology, we are talking about how skills can be classified. If you're familiar with Vantage, you probably noticed that there are so many different skill types, like framework skills, process skills, built-in skills. In a way, it can be confusing. So we decided to create and share with you this mind map, which can help you get oriented in all these skill types. There are three categories by which we can distinguish different skill types. By skill maturity, we differentiate framework and production skills. By function, there are document, classification, process, OCR, and new in Vantage 2.3 splitter skills. By placement and creator, there are built-in skills, skills that can be found on the ABBYY marketplace, and custom-made skills. Now let's speak about each category in detail. In the skill catalog, each user has a list of available skills. Some of them can be used straight away, and some need to be further trained based on the user's documents. Framework skills provide a quick start basis for some document types. They have been pre-trained on a small training set and may not be configured to extract all desired information available in the document. Users of framework skills can modify them with new data fields and business rules, and further train them to achieve the required level of accuracy. Production, or sometimes you can see the definition trained or licensed skills, are production-ready skills pre-trained on a large number of documents, and they enable the processing of different types of documents from various different industries. ABBYY partners and customers can develop production skills. We also differentiate our skills by their function. For example, there are document skills that provide extracted data from documents of one type, classification skills that classify different documents into pre-configured classes. Also, there are process skills that are multi-step skills that consist of different activities and skills and provide all necessary steps to handle documents according to a given business process. OCR skills extract text from document images and export those extraction results to output files or various formats. And finally, in Vantage 2.3, there's a new skill type called splitter skill. And it's a skill that splits documents of the same type provided in a single file. We can also distinguish skills by placement and creator. So there are so-called built-in skills, which are ABBYY-created skills that have been added to your skill catalog by default. Other skills created by ABBYY and ABBYY contributors are placed on the ABBYY marketplace, and after that can also be added to your skill catalog. And finally, users can create their own skills from scratch using the Vantage Skill Designer. So now this is pretty much it for all the different skill types that exist in Vantage. And this skill typology can help you get oriented in the product. So now let me show it to you in Vantage. So here you can see the documents page in Vantage. And let's say you need to process invoices or other types of documents. You can start by looking through the skill catalog, which is here. Maybe there's a suitable built-in skill. Here you can filter your built-in skills by function, like document, classification skills, OCR skills, splitter skills, and process skills. If you didn't find a suitable skill, you can go to ABBYY Marketplace and look for the available options there. So here I can find a skill that I need. And if I open the asset page, I can see I can also see the skill maturity. So this is a production skill, as you can see here, which means that it was trained on a large number of documents and is ready for production. I'd like to note that when you add the skill to your skill catalog, or for example, if you train if you train a framework skill up to the production quality, you will actually not see any change in skill catalog. You will not see any label in front of your skill that indicates that this is a production-ready skill. So it's a good idea to put this information into the skill description. In case you didn't find the skill that you've been looking for, neither in skill catalog nor on the marketplace, you can create your own skill. You can start from scratch by clicking Skill Designer and choosing the skill type, or you can duplicate an existing skill and modify it, like this. We always encourage you to use our help file. You can find lots of useful information there. And if you use it, you will for sure encounter the names of different skill types there that we just learned. For example, here in the skill catalog guide, you can see which skills are available in the skill catalog, which of them are production skills, and which are framework skills. Okay, so let's not waste our time. If you go to the skill catalog, you will just see a page called built-in skills. Oh, okay, it's opening. Sorry, it's not. So you will see a page called built-in skills where you can see the list of skills that are available. And there's an indication which skills are production skills and which are framework skills. So it's here. Now let me just go back to my presentation. Okay, so this is it for the demo. And I think we can go to the Q&A session and answer some of your questions.
Yeah, Tanya, we already have 2 questions in the Q&A section. Maybe we could start from them. And guys, if you have more questions, you can type them either to chat or to Q&A session, to Q&A window.
Okay, so the first question that we have is, does skill typology have anything to do with handling structured versus unstructured documents? So I would say that those are 2 topics that are not connected. We have different skills for handling structured and unstructured documents, and those can be different types of skills. Those can be framework skills, those can be production skills. If you need to extract data, it would be a document skill. If you need to classify documents, then it will be a classification skill, sorry. So yeah, it has nothing to do with handling structured versus unstructured documents. The next question is, how can the splitter skill split documents? How does it work? That's a great question. This is a new edition of Vantage 2.3. And for now, we have one production-ready skill, which is called Invoice Splitter Skill, which can be found on the ABBYY Marketplace, and you can download and use it. And also, users can create their own custom splitter skills using Advanced Designer. And to learn how to do it, you can go to ABBYY University. We have a new course called Vantage 2.3 Gap course now, where you can learn in detail about the splitter skills. Okay, so there's another question. How do I know when a skill reaches production maturity if I'm doing my own training with my documents, like starting with a framework skill? So I would like to ask our expert, Yegor, to help me with this question. Yegor, could you please?
It's a great question. Hello, everyone. Basically, I would say that it heavily depends on your production requirements. Let's say you're expecting the production skill to have a quality more than 90%. Then it means that on a couple hundred or maybe even 500 or 700 documents of different variations of random documents from your production, if you see that your skill reaches the necessary quality, you may call it production ready skill. So as easy as this is.
Okay, thanks, Igor. The next question is, do you expect very clear documents, structured PDF, achieve 100% accuracy? I'm not sure that I understood this question. Could you please clarify a little bit? For now, I will answer the rest of the questions. Can I ask a question about the classification skill used in an assembly activity of process skill? Yeah, please specify what exactly you need to know. Another question, how do we know the maturity of existing skills in skill catalog? Can we add more training to enhance PRD skill if it's not perfect? So for the first part, as I told, unfortunately, in the skill catalog, there's no labels for framework skills or for production skills. So the only way you can find out is to go on the help page, and in the help file, you can see in the skill catalog guide, you can see the page built-in skills, where you will see the list of all the available production and framework skills. So that's how you would know. And for the second part of the question, again, Igor, could you please help me with this?
Yes, I would say usually yes. So if for some document variations, even production skill doesn't work quite well, you can add more documents and train it. Or you can even go to Advanced Designer and improve your skill even further. So basically, yes.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Igor. Next question, how to create splitter skill as there's no such option under create tab? Yeah, for now, splitter skill can be created only in Advanced Designer. So to create the splitter skill, you would need to download the Advanced Designer and to install it. Next question, does ABBYY can identify NLP, for example, extract data or sentence from a paragraph? I think the answer is yes. Igor, can you please?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it can, and you can play with NLP in Advanced Designer. As for already created built-in skills, you can play with lease agreement skill, which is currently framework skill, which works on US lease agreements. And if you open it in Advanced Designer, you can see how what it consists of. You can add more parts, more fields, and go from there.
Okay, next question. do we have any functionality to get data out without any intelligence, so that we could design automation that would make sorry, I don't understand, intelligence out that extracted data. Again, sorry, I'm not sure that I understood the question. Igor, did you? Can you help?
I would say our whole notion of skills answers this question yes. So built-in skills or skills from marketplace is pretty much what you need. You get the skills and they can get your data without any intelligence, any developing this skill. They just work. So, and after they extract classes of documents, document types, or data from documents, you can use this data for further analysis, for further automation. So built-in skills and skills from marketplace is something that you need to solve your task.
And could you please address one more question, which is what are major differences between FlexiCapture and Vantage? Because I think that they are a bit connected.
I think this is the question for a little session for 1 or 2 hours. There are a lot of differences. It's 2 different platforms that both can extract information from documents, but there are a lot of differences both in architecture and in use cases. So I would recommend going to the fundamentals and advanced courses to learn more about Vantage and its differences from FlexiCapture. I wouldn't be able to answer it in couple sentences. Vantage is a new platform with a lot of new features that are not in the FlexiCapture.
Okay, so without duplicating the skill in the skill catalog, can users in the same tenant edit a particular skill? No, to edit a built-in skill, you always need to duplicate it first. Are built-in skills also on the marketplace? No, the idea of a built-in skill is that is added to your skill catalog by default. So we call built-in skills the skills that are built in your tenant, your skill catalog. What are the major? Okay, this is answered. When you use the skill in an assembly activity, it does not seem to function properly. Could you please specify what's wrong? And I'm not sure that this is a question for this session. Maybe Igor, do you have anything to say?
No, I think we need to address it using proper channels, so like Zendesk ticket or an email, so we can look at the problem. So it should absolutely function properly. Contact us after this session, and we will figure out what's wrong.
Okay. When reviewing the documents post-training, how can I force the different flagged fields to be the same as reference instead of predicted? I'm sorry, but I need to one more time ask Igor to answer that.
I'm not sure I understand this either.
I would suggest going to our support and addressing this question there, because to be honest, this is not the question for this particular webinar, but yeah, I think our support can help you. Let's say we have clear structure PDF PO copies, no pixel issues, everything tabled, labeled in a proper way. Can we get 100% accuracy from OCR engine? Igor?
Good question. Of course, if you have a very clear structure, we would expect to have accuracy at least close to 100%, but it's a little bit unpredictable. We may think that there are no issues and that the structure is clear, but maybe it's not. So it can be a little bit lower than 100% accuracy. But if it's a good, clear PDF, we at least expect to have something close to 100% accuracy.
Next question, is splitter skill no code, or can I control split logic with code? Yes, for now, the splitter skill requires coding. So you can control split logic only with code. I have a classification skill that functions perfectly when I pass the document individually. It classifies fine. When I load a PDF with multiple files in it, it fails. Sometimes these are one-page documents. Sometimes it is a two-page document. No matter what, the assembly activity treats every page of the bulk document as an individual document.
Now I understand this question. So if I guessing correctly, there is an issue with settings. I guess you're using check mark on the first page settings. So this is why each page is considered as a beginning of a new document. I'm guessing that you need not to use this setting, and then you will have like documents with several pages. But if you have several documents of the same type, for example, you have two-page document and then one-page document and then one-page document, and they're all of the same type, and you need to assemble them correctly. Assembly activity with classification skill doesn't handle such situation. There is a limitation for classification skill here. You will need to use a new splitter skill that is available already in 2.3. Splitter skill can handle situation when you have several documents going back to back when they're the same type.
If we train more documents in the skill, will it eventually rectify the recognition issue or locate it incorrectly?
Located incorrectly, yes, it should improve or rather decrease the number of issues with located incorrectly. With recognition issue, you need to use settings, advanced settings of a field, for example, regular expressions, or maybe specify data type more precisely. It can improve recognition, but just training will not improve the recognition. It will only improve the locating of regions for these fields.
Okay, next question. Vantage skills extracts all types of handwritten data. As far as I know, yes, Vantage can extract handwritten data. Igor, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, so now it's English, German, and I believe French. But I guess we have two types of handwritten data. It's handwritten and handprinted. We call all these types now handwritten, and we can recognize them in Vantage.
When will the training for splitter skill be available? Or is there a tutorial available to define how to build this skill type? Yes, we have a new Vantage 2.3 gap course where you can see a demonstration of the new features and the building of the splitter skill. There's one simple example of how to build a splitter skill there. So you can go on ABBYY University and watch it right now. And Further, in this quarter, we're going to add more training material to our main courses according to the new 2.3 features. So there will be more information about splitter skill. I tried to enhance the result with JavaScript. However, quite often some elements are read-only, which does not allow for programmatical modification. Meanwhile, the help documentation does not provide too much guide for script. Is there a place link course for rules and scripts? Yeah, on ABBYY University, we now don't have any specific training for rules and scripts, and this is a very good comment. So we're going to think about that and improve our training materials. We'll think about adding some stuff on that topic. Yegor, do we have something on the product side that can help?
No, I think we will need to improve our help documentation and training materials. I agree with you.
Can you show us the mechanics of a simple document control skill? I'm not sure that I get the question. What is document control skill? And anyways, I don't think that we have enough time to do that, so I'm sorry. Are there additional means to further refine the classification skill results by adding text-based rules, similar to how we are able to do in FlexiCapture? The question stems from several examples of packing lists looking too similar to Invoice. Yegor?
That is a great question. We have a plan to allow improving classification skills with rules inside Advanced Designer. This is in backlog, but also in some cases, like in the case that you described, you may try to use a splitter skill. It has the ability to use extraction and scripting for determining the type of the document. So even if you don't need to split per se any documents from your file, you can still use it as a rule-based classifier for your documents. So you may try this, and in future we will introduce something more specific for this situation.
This is it for today. Shortly after the webinar, we will send you the recording of this webinar, the PowerPoint slides, the Vantage Skills Guide, and the unanswered questions. So thank you all for joining, and have a great day.